Okay, welcome back to Trevor in the 80s. It's been a while since I put an update, posted a video up here, but here's what I got going on right now. It is May, the end of May of 2025, and I am finally getting to do something I've wanted to do since about 1984. I am on my way to meet Mr. T. I used to eat his breakfast cereal, watch his cartoon, the A-Team, Rocky 3, had all the action figures. I've always loved Mr. T, and I'm finally getting to go meet him, and I'm driving to Dallas, Texas to meet Mr. T. That'll be Saturday. I looked up different things to do between South Carolina and Texas. There was a pizza chain in the 80s called Showbiz Pizza Place. In the early 90s, Showbiz merged with Chuck E. Cheese, and all the Chuck E. Cheese characters remained what you saw, and the Showbiz robots were all discarded. I had a lot of good memories there. Long story short, there's like two or three sets of the Showbiz pizza robots left in existence in America. This little town in South Mississippi, in this guy's building right here, he has a whole stage out of a Showbiz pizza place, and these robots, I haven't seen these robots in person since about 1989, the summer before I started the 4th grade. So we're gonna go in here, and this is gonna be a nostalgia overload, and basically it's like we're going back in time right now to Showbiz Pizza Place, and this little gas station on the side of the road, and we'll go in here and check all this out. I remember all this stuff. We'll check back in a second.
I mean, I've been collecting forever. And just like you said the same thing I said. Mom and Dad never had to make me go study. I came home, I did my homework, I did good on my test, I got honor roll and banner roll, and every 6 weeks is what it was then. You know, most places now it's like 9 weeks or semester or whatever. I've still got my elementary report cards with handwritten notes and handwritten stuff from the teachers, and on the remarks, ever time it was a Chuck E. Cheese stamp or a Showbiz stamp, or because we were going and I was getting those tokens. So.
Between that and Pizza Hut's Book It program, I was reading, you get a free personal pan.
When that was gourmet.
Yeah.
I read so much, that's why I'm blind now.
yeah, you and me both. You and me both.
So, you know, Mr. Dukes of Hazzard. Previous wife, before this one, I think we have probably seen each other and not known it, because I was at Duke's Fest.
Oh, you
6, 5, 6, and 7.
I was at every one of them.
I was at the one with Bristol, and then 2 years when CMT did it in Nashville.
Did you?
I had 3 years of.
Do you remember at Bristol Motor Speedway? and you walking around, did you remember a General Lee that was wrecked and smashed in the back? It stood out because there was only one that was there.
Was it in the parking lot or in the field?
It was around the field. It was a fan's car. It was '05. It was June of '05 when Corey jumped the big out in the middle of the field. Yeah, I was there, but my General Lee 2 weeks before that event got rear-ended, and I brought it anyway. And the back end of the car was smashed into the roll bar, and I had a big poster hanging on the back of the car that said, "This car was hit 3 weeks ago." Blah blah. I brought it anyway. It was on. I left it on the trailer. It was the only one there wrecked.
I probably have a picture of it.
That one.
What?
He probably got your picture when they were filming everything.
What made me
I was about 80 pounds lighter back then. And
nauseously ill was they auctioned off the Cooters General Lee after the jump. There was, and it was like you people just sitting there bidding on it.
Yeah, they forklifted it up.
It went for nothing. But I'm like, you know, you know, I'm like sitting there trying to get a hold of Dad. I'm like, Dad.
Yeah.
What would happen if I bought a Charger that's almost to North Carolina? Because it was right in North Carolina there.
Yeah.
So,
I remember the prices back then. I bought my first one March 9th of '02. I paid $8,500 for a running, driving '69 Charger with a 440 Magnum in it.
That you converted. It wasn't a late.
But yeah. It was.
You spent that much more converting it.
It wasn't that bad, but then like
It had a nice yellow paint job on it, a black bumblebee stripe on it. The outside looked pretty good. I redid the interior. It was black, and I redid the seats and carpet. All mechanically, transmission, engine were fantastic. I might have put, I might have put 6, 7, 8,000 into it. But I had
as much as you had.
I had a good appraisal put on it, later on. But I had it, autographed and all that stuff. We go to those Dukes Fest, and I went to the first one they did down in Georgia before it was officially called Duke Fest, when Travis Bell jumped the.
So would that have been when he had that first Cooters place?
Yeah, up in Sperryville. Yeah, in the late 90s.
original.
Yeah.
Before he did Luray and got.
Yeah, and that was my thing in my 20s. Every summer I was driving my General, all those Duke Fest. Oh yeah. So that's awesome. You were at a couple of them. You were the one in Nashville in 06.
5, 6, and 7 Bristol, and then 2 CMT ones.
Yeah, 4 was in Bristol. Okay. 5 was in Bristol. Duke Fest 6 and 7 were in Nashville Fairgrounds Speedway.
So then it was
in
08,
5,
6, and 7.
They did Atlanta Motor Speedway in 08. And John Schneider took it over that year, and he kind of did it.
One of the ones at Nashville is when I met Jerry Russian. I mean,
I
met him
Ace Parker.
and saw the car.
Thank you for being patient with us. We're really excited.
And before I leave, I'm gonna have to crawl through this tunnel.
If you get in there and get stuck,
I won't get stuck.
I'm not calling the fire department to come get your ass out.
I've had to crawl through so much stuff like this in the fire department.
Now, did you ever go to a Chuck E. Cheese, or was it always Showbiz?
As a kid, it was always Showbiz Pizza Place. Okay. I was aware of Chuck E. Cheese. We didn't have any in Charleston, South Carolina, where I was back in the 80s, where I was at. We had a Showbiz, and that was where we went. So I never saw a Chuck E. Cheese until I guess they got converted over, and I was a teenager. And yeah, exactly.
So I've got people who come to see one more than the other, or one and not the other.
That's fantastic.
It depends on the crowd, but I have reached a point in my life with this that I make everybody watch everything, because you wouldn't have Showbiz without Chuck E. Cheese. Showbiz was the competition to Chuck E. Cheese. The guy who founded Showbiz Pizza was Bob Brock, who had originally signed a contract with Nolan Bushnell.
He did Atari, right?
Nolan Bushnell did Atari, yes. And he had originally signed a contract to open Pizza Time Theaters, which he reneged on and opened Showbiz Pizza. So Pizza Time sued Showbiz, won. Showbiz was always paying them dividends, which, when the bankruptcy of Chuck E. Cheese happened, was why Showbiz bought them. So what's crazy is that what is left of Showbiz today is actually Chuck E. Cheese. because they bought it and merged. It's just crazy the way it all works out.
And these represent what it was in 1976. Is that
77 was the starting year, and in 77 they were actually in frames. They were like in portraits.
Okay.
The wall. So mine is I'm recreating my childhood memories from 83 to 87, 88. And then after that, they changed it to where they were in a house. So they were on a front porch, and then a couple of them were in the windows. And then they went and started Munch's Make Believe Band, which is when they merged and changed these characters to be these characters. So Bats became Munch, and Jasper became.
it's awesome. This game room. Man, if I had this place, I'd be out here all the time if I wasn't at work. I remember riding in the Showbiz version of this.
Yeah, we unfortunately no
Yeah.
longer fit.
Oh yeah, I had to grow up, you know, couldn't fit.
Grew up, grew out.
Oh yeah.
So the original reel-to-reel players from Showbiz
wow.
Pizza, and then underneath is the original control system for Chuck E. Cheese, and then underneath is the first time I ever played my show was off a cassette tape with that. So
Wow.
I have to keep that for posterity.
Oh yeah. That's awesome.
Here's my little one-up of your 4K.
Yeah. I remember that. I remember that top hat and that.
Yep. So the Chuck E. Cheese version would have had his hat, that red
Yeah.
derby. So I've had to recreate it. It was covered over for copyrights. It's still there. You can see the lines where it was.
Yep.
And I was attempting to clean it, and it was taking the color off the sticker, so I just left it. Kind of did what I could to recreate it. They've been repainted and sealed and varnished. And,
Each Billy Bob.
oh yeah, they were very weathered.
Yeah.
When I found this, it had been outside for 10, 15, 20 years. So it had been through it.
What state did you find most of this stuff in? Was it very?
I have been from one end to the other.
Yeah.
I've been from Florida to Pennsylvania to Texas to Oklahoma to Chicago and all the way to California. So other than Washington State, Oregon State, that's the only corner I have not been in gathering this menagerie.
I bet. I definitely can see the skee ball.
Tokens are in the cup.
Awesome.
Chuck E. Cheese tokens too. I had Showbiz ones in there, but I was learning that kids were walking out with jangling pockets, and the Showbiz ones are too hard to replace.
Yeah.
That's all Chuck E. Cheese
Yeah,
ones now.
absolutely. Yep.
Get your picture.
I did.
Did you get up there?
I did. I stood right there. Yeah. Proof. I'm there.
Terrified but there.
Terrified that that one's gonna come back out. That's it.
I was scared he was going to be in that like barn thing I used to crawl in as a kid.
Ooh. You thought he was gonna get you from there?
Yeah, and I thought he had left it behind the curtain.
Bathroom's down the hall.
All your boys leaving you?
All right, Billy Bob. See you, buddy. The next time I come.